What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bullshot Darts. Long time no see. I was on vacation for a week, and before that I tried recording a few videos, and every time I would get my equipment out, I was just having a hard time getting the right words out of my mouth, so I said screw it, put it all away. I decided I just need to, go on vacation, reset, and now I'm back feeling good, so we're gonna get some Bullchat in today. I'm gonna talk about my trip in a little bit here, but a couple weeks before I left for my trip, I actually won my first darts tournament in over a year. Now, I've been playing like small tournaments here or there, but this is the first like meaningful tournament that I've won. So I feel like I'm finally getting back on pace with my darts, and it's at like a perfect time now because we got some big dart tournaments coming up. So just want to talk about that tournament, the upcoming few weeks that I have of darts, and then just talk about my trip to Seattle a little bit. So since coming back from lockdowns and everything, my darts have felt a little weird. Like, I would feel good throwing at home, but once I would get out and get into competition, even just a small blind draw, like my mindset would be a little weird, and just the feeling of being back in competition, like I just didn't feel like myself. But the last like 3 weeks or so, I feel like I'm really getting back into that form that I was at right before the lockdown started. Because I was throwing my best darts right before everything shut down. And as you guys know, I won my tour card 2 days before the world shut down. So I'll finally be able to use it next week down in Tampa. But I was shooting like mid-80s. Mid-80s was like a normal match for me. Like if I was throwing an 85, I felt like I was shooting, good. If I was above that, into the 90s, of course, feeling really good. But if I was throwing in like the mid-70s, I didn't feel like I was throwing well at all. Like I remember some matches I would throw like a 75 and really not feel like I threw that well, miss stupid darts and all this stuff. And then when things got back to normal now, if I was throwing a 75, I was feeling great. But this last weekend, or the last tournament, I threw an 86 in the finals, and I still feel like I missed darts. So I still wasn't even super happy with how I threw. But, happy enough, I was still able to throw an 86, and I won, I think it was 7-0. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to average a little bit higher if you're losing a couple legs, because then you're not wasting darts throwing at double. So, I was able to throw an 86 with, I don't remember if it was 7-0 or 6-0. So, like I said, I'm happy with it. I wasn't blown away. I still missed some stupid darts. I can vividly remember some stupid doubles I missed. But, it's just the way the game goes. But like I was saying about feeling really good, in the finals, I threw 4 180s. 2 of them were in one leg. I've only thrown 2 180s in one leg, I think 2 times before. So, had 2 180s in one leg, and I had 4 for the whole finals. And I had 8 for the whole tournament. So my scoring was just really good on those trip 20s, and I've just been hitting 180s like nonstop. I probably hit around 20 180s the whole day of the tournament. Like I had 8 in competition, and while I was warming up, I don't know what it was, just every dart was feeling so good. I remember I was texting my girlfriend. I'm like, holy crap, like I've thrown like 4 or 5 180s so far in just practice. I'm like, this is crazy. And then like even during some of the matches I was texting her, I was like, and another one, and another one, and another one. It was crazy just how good the darts were feeling. So overall, the tournament, I threw a 77. I think I had 3 or 4 matches. I think I threw like a 75, a 76, the 86 in the finals. And I feel like there was one more match in there. I was probably around like a 78 or something. But overall, great tournament. And like I was saying, it came at a perfect time. I got a lot of big dart tournaments coming up. I'll be in Tampa next weekend. Then the following weekend after that, I'll be in Chicago for a Saturday-Sunday doubleheader weekend. And then from there, I'm heading down to Nashville for the Music City Classic. So I can't be more happy with my darts finally coming back in form. The way my darts have been flying, I feel like I can really compete in the CDC tournament in Tampa. Man, I was hoping I would get one. Doing all this 180 talking, I better at least get one for this video. But A lot of times when I would go to CDC tournaments, I talked about this in a previous video about having, you know, the mindset. And I always knew that I could beat players at the CDC because, well, I mean, I did. You know, I'm not going to name drop anyone, but I beat some people at the CDC tournaments and I was like, holy cow, like I just beat them. And that was, I think I was throwing like in the high 70s, low 80s there. If I can bring this 80s average into the CDC, and of course the CDC, I'll be playing higher caliber players, so it'll bring out better darts in me. So if I can get the mid 80s, maybe start touching the 90s by next week, or next week during the tournament, I think I can actually do pretty well at the tournament. And do I think I can win one? Of course. You know, I feel like any dart player that enters these tournaments can win at any time. It's all about who heats up at the right time and who kind of, you know, misses a couple darts here or there. But that's just such a cool thing about darts, that you can take a player up here and a player down here. There's always that possibility that, you know, this person has an off day and this person just tears it up. And it also comes down to that double hitting. So like if this person's struggling on the doubles and this person hits them every time, you know, that's where things are gonna, you know, make a big difference. I've been that player where I'm hitting everything but my doubles, and then I lose to this player who just, you know, it's kind of like the tortoise and the hare. I'm the hare all the way down to the doubles, and I can't hit it, and they just tortoise their way in and hit the doubles when they need it. You know, I've been on both ends of that, win or lose. So anyway, I'm just rambling. I completely forget what I'm talking about. But going into Tampa with these darts, I think that I will be able to do enough to secure a decent amount of points, because my plans for this tour year is basically to keep my card for next year. If you guys did not watch the CDC presentation about the future, I highly recommend doing it. It's very motivational. Whenever I listen to Anthony and Peter talk, it always motivates me to get my darts out and throw more. But long story short, getting and keeping your tour card is going to be getting much harder these next couple years. And then 2024 moving forward, it's going to be very hard. Like having your tour card is going to mean a lot. Now, me having my tour card, it does mean a lot to me. But, you know, there's people with tour cards that were basically just given it. It's like, hey, you're a good dart player, here's a tour card. And stuff like that. So, yes, having a tour card is cool, but it really doesn't mean that much because they were just kind of giving them away. Now that the tour cards are going to be harder to hold on to, it's going to mean a lot more having that tour card. So even though they are giving away a tour card at the Dart Player Chicago Tour, which, you know, I will be in the finals of that. So, you know, I always have the chance to retain my card that way. And, you know, that's a good backup plan if I don't manage to do enough to hold on to my tour card. And also winning that would give me paid events for the next year, which would be awesome. But my main thing in between Tampa and Philly is to accumulate enough points to where I don't need to rely on anyone. Well, I guess I would really have to rely on myself to play well and win that tournament. But I don't want to have to rely on anything else. You know, keeping your tour card is in your hands. I have my tour card. It's my job to hold on to it. So, you know, I think it's the top 32 players for the year get to keep their tour card going into next year. Now, I need to rewatch that video and figure it out, but I basically just want to do enough to hold on to my tour card. If I win a couple bucks and somehow manage to win one of the events, too cool. Like that would make this whole, I mean, I shouldn't say it wouldn't make the whole pandemic worthwhile, but but that being the first CDC thing back would just be awesome. And just the way my darts are flying, like I was saying, I think that I can do decent enough to possibly win. If not, you know, I should be able to compete really well. And that's also assuming my darts stay the same, because I haven't traveled for darts in a while. I'll be getting on a plane at like 4 in the morning on Friday. Then I'll be shooting darts Friday night. You know, there's a lot of variables that go into this. But hopefully I can just, I don't know, just hold on to my darts because they've been really good lately. So I just want to keep that trend going. I feel comfortable. I don't see myself going, you know, digressing too much. Of course, we all have our swings, our ups and downs, but I feel like I'm at that point again to where shooting in the 80s is going to be normal for me. Especially with all these darts coming up, I'm so motivated to hit the board. You know, I was on vacation for a week, but really it was gone for like 9 days because, you know, I had to sleep at my girlfriend's house for 2 nights because, you know, her mom drove us to the airport or whatever. But I only threw darts 1 time during that time period, and it was soft tip. So I haven't thrown in the last week, and I didn't work out for basically a week too. I think I went to the gym once while in Seattle, and now my arm, like my body's just jelly because I worked out, you know, the last couple days. So, you know, I'm feeling a little funny, but by the end of the week, my body should feel good, and the darts should keep feeling good. So we got Tampa next week, back to Chicago, and then back down to Nashville. So I will be doing, you know, quite a few videos, keeping updated on that. Debating about doing some vlogging at some of the tournaments. We'll see. That's pretty much it. Just a touch on my Seattle trip real quick. If you have not been to Seattle, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Now, me and my girlfriend got VIP treatment. Like, the vacation that we had was just unbelievable because she has family out there, and her family has a boat on a lake in downtown Seattle. So we were living on a boat in downtown Seattle for 4 nights, and then we stayed at her family's place for like the other 3. And her aunt also lives on water, so we always had the lake and water right by us. Her aunt is one of the smartest people I've ever met and is just a wealth of knowledge, and she used to actually give tours of Seattle. So we spent a lot of time just her driving us around, showing us everything. Like, you know, it's not often that you go to a city and see everything, but I feel like that we saw almost everything that Seattle has to offer. So it was absolutely incredible. We went up into the Space Needle. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out over there. You know, I posted some pictures of our trip up there. We went up to the Space Needle. We went to the locks where the ocean, well, I guess technically it's lakes, I don't know. All the water out there I just call the ocean because it's just so much. But it's like where the water levels are different, where there's a dam, and the boats come in, and then they raise and lower the water so the boats can transfer over that. So that was really cool to see. Oh, we just did so much, but at the same time, we were able to relax a lot. Every night we were on the boat, I just sat outside because, like I said, the city was right there. And I absolutely love looking at the city, especially at night. Oh my gosh, there's a giant bug flying around my place. I need to get this video over with. I have this problem. They're like these black wasps. They look like a black wasp. Last year, there was like a giant nest up in the corner of the outside of my place. I live in a townhouse, and it was right next to the vent. Oh no, he's getting in. All right, I don't know where he's in. Hopefully he doesn't end up in the video or I'm gonna freak out. All right guys, well, I'm gonna head out because I need to take care of this bug now, and it's coming for me. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I got a lot of videos coming up. You know, I got a lot of traveling and stuff, but I will be here, and after that vacation, I'm nice and rested. I'm ready to get back, hit it hard on the YouTube. So I will see you guys the next one. Hopefully I see some of you in Tampa. Hopefully I see some of you in Nashville. It'll be awesome to meet some of you guys, maybe shoot some darts together, get in some warm-up games, and hey, maybe we end up playing each other at one of these tournaments. All right, guys. I wish I could get it on my dartboard and just throw the dart at it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I don't want that thing by me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and shoot well.